Hey everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Semantic Mastery, and I have some special guests on with me today, Damon Nelson and Wayne from various tools and apps that we've been using over the years, and I'm very excited about what we've got in store for you today. It's something I've been testing now, well, for I don't know, 10 months or something like that. Isn't that right, Damon?
Yeah. We've almost a full year we've had it out now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been 10 or 11 months at least, and it's definitely something that I recommend and endorse. So that's why we're promoting it, giving you guys the option to check out what Damon's going to be revealing today. So without further ado, Damon and Wayne, how you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing real good.
Good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Good.
Welcome everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Wayne and part of Damon's team.
Yep.
So guys, like I said, I'm going to kind of just lurk in the background, and I might jump in and chime in occasionally when I feel like I can help support something that you're saying there, Damon, but I want to kind of stay out of your way and let you guys take over, and I'll jump back in at the end when there's questions and things like that. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. And okay. I've got a little slide deck that I want to show everybody, so let me share my screen and we'll get started here. I think you have to give me share screen capabilities here.
I guess I have to make you the host.
Yeah, I think so on screen sharing.
All right, try that.
Okay, there we go.
I'm used to doing meetings.
I am too, where it made it really easy to share. Guys, welcome to the call. I wanted to kind of go over a little bit about the strategy of what we're going to talk about today, and very excited that Bradley and I met almost 7 years ago at a digital conference that was sponsored by JVZoo, and we've just always kept in touch, and we use each other's products. So very excited to join y'all here. Today, I want to talk to you about visual backlinks and how we've developed some software to automate those backlinks, and in a presentation format that people love to consume, and it's images. And we've got some neat little stuff added to it that we've kind of patterned after others. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Let's get this PowerPoint here. So have you ever wanted a backlinking solution that works? It's scalable, niche related. Now this is really important, niche related, and it's automated. We have an app that we could set up in minutes and you never have to touch it again. So welcome to the call, and I want to show you how to automate your backlinks in just a few clicks. Like Bradley mentioned, I'm Damon Nelson, and I'm joined by my partner, Wayne Atkinson, and we've kind of developed a few little products here. This is over the last, I guess, 3.5 years. We've got VidPenguin 2, RSS Masher sites. You've probably heard of at least one of these. We've got booster pages, the ad display network, and you can kind of see, and we've even got, I listed a couple that are coming up in January, is the AI indexer and target links network. So we stay busy, but we're developing products that we use ourselves. That's a really important thing. Bradley uses with Semantic Mastery, IFTT networks, and a lot of training to go with it. We use our own products, and we do offer them to the public. And primarily we do automated content marketing. Some people call it auto blogging. We like to have a lot of posts out there that are very easy to read. So here's something you may have never seen before, but it's now available to an exclusive group of marketers, including yourself. It's called Booster Pages. It's first of its kind. It's an automated visual backlinking platform. It's niche specific, and we have endless scrolling. This is a feature that you probably have not seen. It's very difficult to get to the bottom of a really well-populated site. We have gamified scoring, and you're going to see how this works. It's really intuitive but it makes it fun to actually visit the pages. We have social syndication contests that we're going to be ramping up probably in the next 7 to 10 days of social sharing and syndication through the social networks, along with Twitter and Tumblr integrations. So let me tell you how all this began. About 18 months, we set out to build a large number of websites that can be used as a niche-specific private blogger networks. Because what we were finding is we're actually getting some ad revenue on every page that we're putting out. It may not be a lot and may be infrequently, but we're consistently posting, and we consistently improve the quality of the post. We're making it very easy to read and something that people actually will go back to. Our primary goal in building articles is we actually want people to read them. We don't want to just trick the SEO bots out there. We want consumable, good information that they're easy to read and they're topic relevant. And they have helpful content, which Google absolutely loves. And if you don't have it in the future, you may actually get your site de-indexed. So as well as we wanted to build this so that we can monetize. I mean, that's the goal here, is so that we can make money with our sites. You can make money with your sites. You have to have traffic, but inside of the content that you have, you want to put ads, you want to put videos, you want to put backlinks, and you actually may want to point to your own money sites. Plus, Wayne and I have done this long enough to know that good white hat SEO practices always wins out. Black hat, you can sometimes spoof Google, but Google's smart enough to catch it. So we use good white hat practices with everything that we do. And we want it so that we can use it for content marketing. That's our main business, for news articles. We even have how-to guides, and we're finding that the how-to guides and the listicle builders, the listicles, are actually getting a lot more traffic. We do product reviews. Now, Wayne and I don't sit around and review a product, but we do have RSS feeds, and we do have some AI automation tools in there. And we just started doing the helpful content like 3 months ago, adding into all our blogs. But we're building this so that our PBN networks, we've got thousands of them coming online. They do a tiered cross-linking over to a visual site, a visual linking site. And that's what I'm about to show you. And we want to promote our sites organically. We do run paid ads, but for the most part, most of our, I'd say 90% of our traffic comes in organically through search and through socials. So we tackled this last step by studying what other news agencies were actually doing to promote their sites. They had a really interesting combo that we just weren't using, but we have modeled after it. So we reverse engineered I would say the top secret backlinking strategies out there. And what we discovered were news sites, they're using what we call a visual backlinking system. And it's their own sites that they're visually backlinking from. They also are using native ad placements, both on their own sites and on paid ad platforms. So this is really important. This is how a lot of the news sites, they will run content to their visual backlink system, and they'll push all the networks into several different sites that provide all these high authority domain backlinks. Now, what we did was we just kind of modeled it after some of the more, I would say some of the top news sites. You probably heard of Fox News, ESPN. We kind of reversed engineered what they're doing for backlinking. Now, they do have high domain authority, but the other news sites that they sponsor, that they bought, they're doing different things with them. So we built our own automated tier 1 visual backlinking, kind of pattern after what the successful sites are doing. We also have tier 2 links that are our PBN. Now I'm going to kind of go in and show you a graphic of what I'm talking about here, but the IFTTT network are your tier 2s, and you can even build tier 3s off of it. So we custom design these tier 1 visual backlinks for both our sites and for our customer sites. And we call it booster pages. It's a tier 1 backlinking system. So let me show you how it works. You start with your page or your blog post, and you put it into booster page. You get a featured post inside of booster pages. We add traffic to these categories. We use other posting systems in these categories, and then we build backlinks, and they're all pointing back to the featured post inside booster pages. So better yet, here's a graphic. I want to show you what this graphic looks like. So you start here, and I know it's kind of, we got a lot of networks in there, but basically all you do is give us the link and we do the rest. So imagine having to actually go out there and put a link in Pinterest, then start sending a bunch of links to Pinterest and hope that Pinterest still shows your site this month, next month, and next year. So we have our own Pinterest style of visual backlinking. So what does this process look like? Well, I'm going to hop over and I'm going to show you a couple of these pages here before we get into how you could actually use this. I'm just going to push this in here. So here is what booster pages looks like. Now this is celebrities. We've got all of these different categories, and each category has a bunch of subnets off of it. So this is pins.celebrity videos. And you can kind of see, you can just keep on scrolling. And we even have some new features that we're adding in here. So this is a celebrity video site. Now, if you click on any of these, they're going to take you directly back to our money post. So this is Jim's musical jukebox, and it just links right back in there. Now, the neat thing is it stays live. So we do an alt tab where we're actually opening the link inside the same browser, but we open a new tab. So somebody could scroll in here and they go, oh, well, let's look at this one. So this is hell of a read. This is one of our sites, but you can tell this is a blog post or in the celebrities. Now let's go over it. This is one on hobbies. So these are different types of hobbies that we have in here, and you can kind of drill down. These are action figures. Somebody has a site about action figures. So we try to cover a lot of different topics and categories in here, and we take suggestions. So every month we kind of look to see, are there new categories or new major niches that we need to add in there? Right now, I think we have 32 niches and 390 categories inside of these niches. Okay, so that's kind of what they look like, but these are all backlink, and we're going to be bringing in more and more networks to backlink into these. So they will actually be backlinking to this one particular featured image. And as your featured image comes in, it will be in this spot, and it will have its own little URL with it. Okay, so I'm going to hop back over to the slideshow here. Okay, so what does this process look like? We have 6 ways that you can get your link into booster pages. The best one is, and the easiest one is just an input box where you can put one link, or you can copy and paste an entire section of links. Now you would want them by topic. You wouldn't want one about dog training and one about ice skating, all in the same grouping. You can do a CSV upload. A lot of our customers like doing this. Is they just have a sitemap, they brought it into a CSV, and they just upload that CSV one time. We have RSS feeds. That's kind of what we're known for, is our RSS feed. So even if you don't have RSS Masher, You could take a WordPress RSS feed or any other RSS feed that has a featured image in the feed set and put it in. Real easy. You set it up one time, you never have to touch it again. We even have an API. So if you want to program Zapier or any of the other tools out there, we have a direct API integration. So we've got other software companies that are using this API, including our own software. Now, if you have RSS Masher, you can easily put the API inside of RSS Masher. And as you're building your schedule, you just check, I want to send it to Booster Page at the same time. So whenever a post is created at that point, we send it off to Booster Page. And then we start building the tier 2 links on top of that. VidPenguin 2. This is the perfect application of, we have YouTube videos, we promote them to get on to search, and then we push them into Booster Pages. So now we have video embeds that we're pushing out from Booster Pages. Okay, so here is the training. All you do, select a booster, the niche, and category, and then you put your link in. That's it. That's the training. We do the rest. So all posts start out as featured posts, which is this one up in the left-hand corner. So anytime your link comes in, we're going to build you a page, and it will have its own featured link, and it will be in that top left corner. Okay. Then as other people come in, your link, your image just slides over to the right. And if you'll notice, the ones that have the arrows, those are all videos. So we have an indication to the person looking at this that they're going to go to a video or they're going to go to a static post. So that's where that, so it looks like there's 4 others that came in after that one. Okay. So here's some of the benefits. We have a niche for just about every category. We've got 350 categories. There's nothing to build. It's all automated. You just give us the link, the category, the niche, and the category. We automate all the backlinking, so you don't have to do any additional linking to the visual page link that we made for you. We do it all for you, but we also give you a CSV. If you'd like to promote it internally, you're going to have a list of all these links inside of the software. We also, I'll come back here, is we have self-reporting. So if somebody has an issue or they see, we want our sites to be high quality content. We don't want any porn. We don't want any, bad political stuff in there, but we're not going to sit on it like Elon Musk is. We're going to let our customers tell us which ones are the bad ones. So we have a self-reporting link in there that we monitor. This is all set it and forget it. We have the endless scrolling, and I'll point this out again when we go back into it. There's nothing to download. It's a SaaS app. It is RSS friendly. That's why we built this. Okay, so here is some of the exciting features that we've added just in the month of October. October and November. So I'll start the little video here so you can see what we've done. So we have image shuffling with likes and dislikes, and we're going to play around with it. And I'll show you how it all works. But we do this so we get an indication of what sites are liked the most. We also have social sharing we're using several different tools on the social sharing. And we're going to have a monthly winners contest. So the posts that get the like the most are going to go into a contest that we're going to have, that we're going to pay out winners contest. In fact, we're starting in December, the first contest. So there's a chance if you get enough likes, or if you're sitting in Booster Pages, which we do have some, and you're liking all your posts, and there's a chance that you can win a cash prize or a gift. Okay, so just kind of wrap up what we just added. We added this gamified image shuffling, and I'm going to show you how that works. We have like, dislike reporting, and this helps us both on the scoring and to let everybody else know which posts are the good ones. But sometimes you may need a little bit of help in looking at, how do I make a better featured image? How do I make a better title? Well, you can easily go through here and look at the top 10 in the dashboard. Social syndication. We are adding a lot of, we have built in right now social syndication for sharing and liking and tweeting. But we're also going to be adding a member sharing and a super sharing contest. And this is probably within 2 to 3 weeks, we're gonna have this super sharing contest where we will be incentivizing people to share your post inside of their own social networks of the feature posts and booster pages. Okay. So what is our source of tier 2 pages? Well, we have thousands of masher sites, news boards. They have original content, they're listicles, they have helpful content. This is what we do. We build our own auto blogging system. We have links pointing back to these featured image posts. So you're going to get some links out of the deal. So our link building goals is we're going to be building, and I put 1031, it's probably by the end of November, we'll have 1 million pages pointing back to this booster page system. By the end of the year, we're hoping, and that's coming up very quickly, 5 million pages. It may be 3 million, but 3 million is pretty good to move the needle on getting you backlinks to your system. 20 million pages by the first quarter, by end of first quarter 2023. So I want to just kind of go over real quick. I'll just switch back over here. So we talked about the liking and sharing. So just basically you can kind of rearrange things. And I'm going to minimize, I'll just zoom out a little bit. So as you're looking at this, this is your session, and you can kind of move around and say, I like that. And then you can share it right here. So we have all the sharing features right in here for both you and any visitors that come in here can share this back into their social systems. And it's real easy to do. Of course, I'll just kind of like and share. Now, when all this is done at the end of each month, we have this is the dashboard to the booster pages. So this shows how the limits, our support system, training, also join the Facebook group. We have a very active Facebook group. And here is the November, of course, we're going to start out with December, but we'll put in the details. It's probably going to be a $50 or $100 Amazon gift card, or maybe some software that we have. So you can kind of look at most likes, most number of shares, and 10 most shared posts. So you can look through here and you can see here's what's most people are looking at. Now, I suspect Andrew is stacking the deck here, but these are the ones that get the most share. In fact, Bradley, there you are right there. Most number of likes, most number of shares. So you've had 1 share of your featured post in there. Premium dried, let's just, okay. So you can kind of look at, somebody has shared that. What is the healthiest nuts and seeds? Best nuts and seeds for keto diet. So this has been shared a lot. In fact, this is the top one right here. Okay. And it covers a wide range of sites and everything. Now, let's show you how boost my URLs. You can start out by, I want to add test. Let's just do scuba diving just as an example. Submit all links. You can determine, now you can't submit them all now, but we do a 3-day drip, 7, 14, and 30. So typically just start with the 7-day drip. And I think I've got scuba diving in there. I'll check sports, and not in sports, it's probably in let's do hobbies. So I don't see it there. So we have a current list, and I'm just going to put scuba up here. So it's in travel, scuba trips. And now I'm going to come back over here. Have to add that back in there. Scuba diving. And we'll do a 7-day drip. We're going to put it under travel and scuba trips. Hit update. Now, I can put in one URL. I can put in a bunch of URLs right in here, just copy and paste, or I can upload a CSV. And if you have a header line, which a lot of people do, where it will say like URL, you can delete that first line just by clicking that little button there. Okay. Then once you have the links in there, then you just would hit update. Okay. Now, you can also put in an RSS feed right here. So let's do that. And this one is, let's just do test dog training. And you can put in a YouTube channel. Now, a lot of people are doing this, and this is a great way to build your YouTube channel. Just send it to our tier 1 backlinking system, and we're going to put those videos in there for you. A lot of people have already started doing this. So you put your YouTube channel in there, and then we're going to get the YouTube feed for you. Or you can just directly put in your WordPress feed straight into here. Choose the niche and category. So we're on dog training, so I think it's under pets and blue dogs. Okay, and then that's where you would put your RSS feed. Okay, now here is the API. Now we do keep track of, I think we need to change some formatting on the size here, or abbreviate our title there. So we keep track of everything that's coming over from our API. So you can see all these are coming across as RSS masher. And these are the niche and the category, and then the title, and then the URL. And we're going to be working on this, so we'll probably put title and URL and just combine them together, and just link the title. We have scheduled date, completed, posted date, and then here's the posted URL. So we have remodeling landscaping. I want to see what it looks like. And there it is. There's that featured image for that one particular post. So let's go back over here, and we're going to come down, and here's Hollywood movies. Okay. So this is going to one of my sites, and there's the link. Couldn't breathe. So you can kind of see it's really easy to find everything in here, especially on your API. And you would take your API code and you put it into RSS Masher, VidPenguin, or wherever you have it integrated in with the API system. Okay. And then we keep track of all our version updates are all right here. You can see we're constantly adding things in here. And you don't have to download anything. We do all the updates for you. And support ticket system. This is where you put your support tickets in, and you don't see the admin because we're the admin on it. So very easy to use. We designed it that way. It is set it one time, forget about it. Now you can keep adding your own individual links if you wanted to, but ideally you would set it up with an RSS, or you'd set it up with just download everything at one time and push a CSV through there. So anyway, this is the training. It's not a lot, not a lot of training there for you. So let's go back, and what do we have for you today? Bradley, do you have any comments at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot that I can comment on, so I was going to wait until you were done, and then I was going to kind of chime in for a few. So
okay, let me kind of wrap this up. So we do have a Black Friday special, and we have one just for the Semantic Mastery team. I'm just going to pop back over here to that. So what do we have for you today? Well, we have a one-time pay. Now, guys, if you're doing any type of software development and you're constantly adding to it and you're paying for servers and you're paying for hosting and everything else, you have a fee attached. We have a fee attached to this every single month. We have, and it's approaching the 4 figures right now just to run this. So we sell our software on a recurring basis, monthly or annuals. There's only one chance you could ever get a lifetime deal, and that's through beta, when we sell it as beta. But today we are going to offer you a one-time beta. It's not a beta, it's a one-time pay plan, along with a Black Friday code. Okay, so here's the code. Here's the link right here. And Bradley, you want to put that in chat for us?
Sure. Let me grab that now.
Okay.
So I already know that I'm going to get questions as to how I'm using it. So I was going to share my strategies and my methods, as well as some bonus stuff that I'm going to do once you're done with your presentation.
Okay. So what's planned for what we say Q4 is by December, and then Q1 is by March. So we're adding more PBN niche specific sites coming, tier 2 linking. So we've got close to 1 million pages built, and we've got 3 million that we're planning on bringing on, 3 to 5 million by the end of this month. They all point back to these booster pages. So they're permanent backlinks. So you're going to get at least 3 different tier 2 links pointing back to your featured link. We have gamified this. We've made it fun to go visit this visual backlinking system, but we're also going to do contests. And when you have sharing contests, even with just a cold customer that is not even related, but they're putting your featured link inside of their social network system, you're going to get a crossover link from them. So we know on autoblogging, the best way to get traffic is through social syndication, through social networking. We also have a native ad block that we're going to be putting the top sharing sites into our native ad block network. We have an automated AI indexing service that's coming online in January that we're going to be implementing with this. And we have member contests. We want to make it fun for you, and we want to make it really easy to set it and forget it for you. So we've seen the software. So I'm up to questions. Okay. Bradley, I know we've got questions coming in. Wayne's probably helped us answer some of them there.
Yeah. Okay. So I saw a couple questions come in, and guys, let me just kind of explain how I'm using booster pages. So, and give you a little bit of background on this. So I got in when Damon was offering this as for even like alpha testers, actually before it was even available for us to use. He gave people on his list an option to purchase. And because I knew that I was going to be starting a link building business, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy these. I know everything Damon puts out is good, even if I don't use everything that he puts out. So I went ahead and purchased a lifetime offer way back then before it was launched. And then there was a second round that Damon did another mail out to the people on his list saying, you know, we're almost ready to launch. We're going to do another round. So I bought a second account, lifetime. So I bought 2 accounts before I ever had access to it. And what's really interesting, guys, is the reason why now it's the end of November, and this is the first time we've done an actual like valid promotion for this. I've mentioned it several times over the last couple of months on Hump Day Hangouts, but part of it was because I was waiting to see how it developed. And I can tell you without a doubt that in the last couple of months, really in October is when I really started seeing it. And I think if you go into the dashboard and you see the change, the update history, you'll see why. I think it was in October that you guys started deploying the tier 2 sites and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, over the entire year, I've been using this just to boost RSS feeds. That's it. I've not used it for anything else other than to boost RSS feeds. And over time, I've started to notice in my Majestic backlink summaries, I'm starting to see more and more of these backlinks now being picked up and showing in the backlink profile using Majestic. For a long time, I didn't see those, but just in October, I started seeing these links starting to get picked up and showing in the backlink profile and using Majestic, because that's all I use for backlink analysis. That's when I started getting really excited. And that's when I reached out to Damon, was like, hey man, I'm starting to see these links in the backlink profiles. Now would be a good time for us to start, introducing this to our audience. So there's a few things, guys, that I want to just mention about this. Number one is what Damon is, the roadmap of what he has planned is huge. This is a fantastic strategy for, I'm only using it as tier 2 everything. I don't link directly to my money site. I'm just going to be 100% transparent with you guys as to how I'm using it. I'm submitting my RSS feeds from blog sites that I'm using for backlink purposes, Web 2.0 blog URLs. So from the branded Web 2.0 blogs for local assets, guys, if you are doing any kind of syndicating, which we teach, right? Syndicating money site content to your branded Web 2.0 profiles, Web 2.0 RSS feeds from Blogger, Tumblr, WordPress, etc. Those are all perfect for this. Press Advantage organization, or any sort of, if you're using any kind of press releases, at Semantic Mastery, we use Press Advantage. So we have an RSS feed from any press releases that get published from each organization. So I submit those RSS feeds. You can submit individual links, but like I said, just pretty much what I've been doing is all kind of tier 2 stuff using booster pages, but it's fabulous because it's building backlinks that aren't particularly strong yet, but they will continue to get stronger, which is precisely why Majestic has recently started showing these links in the backlink profile. So most of you probably don't know this, but Majestic has a filter. There's what's called the fresh index and the historic index. And the fresh index only shows links that are providing measurable value, like currently now. If it's an old link that is atrophied or decayed, then it goes into the historic index and it doesn't show. Or if there's no measurable value based on Majestic's own algorithm, then it goes into the historic index. But if it is providing some sort of measurable value, then it will go into the fresh index. And so, as I said, I've started seeing more and more of these booster page links show up in the backlink profile in Majestic. But the other part of this, guys, is the traffic. It's traffic and social signals that these links can bring you. So even if they're not high authority type links yet, it's about automating social signals and potentially traffic as well, which is where I think, people have asked on Hump Day Hangouts many times, like, what do you think about buying social signals for SEO? Well, if they're spammed fake social signals, they do absolutely nothing. You're throwing money away. But when you're talking about the kind of engagement that you see within the dashboard from the booster pages, where it shows like how many shares and things like that, those are real people. Those aren't bots. So that type of activity is, it's a validation signal, if that makes sense. So again, what I'm using it for is for tier 2 stuff and for social signals and traffic. And it's continuing to get better and better because, as I said, I'm seeing more of these links show up in my backlink profile. So that was I think I answered most of the questions that I saw. Do you guys see anything?
No, and this is a lot of the questions too, is, okay, if I'm not a featured link and somebody shares it, okay, just imagine this being inside of Facebook, this link right here, and somebody in whose ever Facebook timeline. So you get people that click in there and they'll find it and they go, okay, well, that's interesting. Well, let's scroll down and see what else they have here. And they go, oh, well, let's find out about, here we go. We got something about Nicolas Cage. So the person that owns this site right here, Gossip News, Nicolas Cage, just benefited from this being in a social timeline. So it's always good. You want good featured image. You want good titles. So just because your featured image isn't in John Smith's shared profile, you still get the opportunity to get the click, because this stays up. And as they scroll down, let's find out more about this dragon here. It still shows up. This is SpinPix. This is a a video. In fact, this is one of our video review sites. It still shows up and it keeps on. And we talk about the endless scroller. This is almost the game. Some people said, hey, I can't get to the bottom of your page. That's what we designed it for. So as they keep on scrolling, they go, oh, well, that's an interesting image. Your brain is triggered by images. Your brain reads that image, understands that image 1,000 times faster than it can a sentence. So that's what we're keyed off of, is we're going to visually make it appealing for people, and then they can play with it. Oh, I like that one. Ooh, I do like that now. And they can kind of see more of the image that way. And they'll just sit here and play with it. What we've noticed is our on-time site, on-time page has gone up since we've added the gamification on it. People, they love to just kind of rearrange things. It's just our human nature. We want to see things that we want to see. We want to see more of. So they'll just start. And then what happens if they don't like that? It just removes it. So we got people just kind of making patterns, putting a puzzle together. This has really helped us with on-page time, which Google also tracks. And when you see more of the image, it gives you the incentive, well, I'm just going to go ahead and click through it. And this just works great for us. So the idea is, as we build more tier 2 backlinks to this, more and more people are going to be seeing these, and it will be pulling these out of the social syndications, all starting with this one featured image that's being shared. What we also have coming on in December is each of these. This is the root, hollywoodvideos.club. This is the sub links, and then this is the category. We will have Twitter. We got, I think, 32 of these roots. We're building using our minions, hollywoodvideos.club Twitter account, hollywoodvideos.club Tumblr account, and hollywoodvideos.club Facebook group. All these, when they get published, the featured image will go up to the Twitters, the Tumblrs, and the Facebook groups. So we're building a social syndication internally with our own minion team that we have in there. So it's to me, it's exciting because you want a system of backlinks. Now, is this the only backlink you want? No, you want to go out and build additional backlinks to your site. You want quality backlinks, but this is one that you don't have to think about. It's being done for you, especially if you got an RSS feed into it, or you're using an API like RSS Master into it. This is a great way to start. Whenever you do that post is going to be sent out through your RSS feed, and we start doing the tier 1 linking and the tier 2 backlinking for you. So it's you do want to add additional links. No doubt about it. You want to put them on link networks, but this is a great way to get started, and it's automated. That's the biggest thing I can tell you about it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, so one of the questions was, how quickly do you see results with this? Well, so again, I haven't done any kind of testing to see if I could produce any kind of results from just booster pages links alone. I'm not sure in its current state that it would. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to test it. But like I said, I use this as like an automated second tier of links for all of the stuff that I do. And that's why I like it, because it's set and forget. You put an RSS feed in there and it's done. You never have to touch it again. You just publish content like you normally would, and it's automatically going to pick up and get second and third tier backlinks. And again, it's more about, it's not just the links, but it's also the social kind of component of that, as well as the traffic component of it too. That's what makes links more valuable and prevents link decay or link atrophy, right? Is click activity. So, well, traffic and click activity. So that's part of the reason why I do this. It just makes all of the links that I'm intentionally building, right? Not in an automated fashion, but the links that I'm building either through content syndication to my branded networks or through private blog network site that I set up that are niche relevant, topically related blog sites that I use to link to my clients' assets, for example, all of those automatically get pushed out. Those posts automatically get pushed out to the Booster Pages network for tier 2 and tier 3 backlinks, if that makes sense. So again, as far as how quickly do you see results, for me, this is a long-term strategy, set and forget. It's just another layer that for a one-time fee or lifetime fee, which is why I got 2 accounts, I purchased, and it just automates kind of my second and third tier backlink process.
Yep. Yeah, and
So,
that's, guys, that's the way you got to look at it. Is it ideally to make a sell and you know exactly what backlink it came from is kind of challenging sometimes, but you've got to start somewhere and think of your competition. Your competition is doing this. So, you know, every single post on an RSS feed gets cycled through here. So just make sure it has a featured image is the trick. But if you're building long-term success, is the way that you build up linking power, linking authority, is 1 or 2 of these posts are going to take off. And then as Google's looking at it, it's also looking, well, what else do you have on this site? And what are the backlinks to this site? So not every single post you make is going to be in the top 10 of Google search. But if you've got the backlinks already building automatically, you don't even have to think about it. Then you can focus on, okay, I want to do guest posts. I want to do some quality backlinks that I can do that's going to take time to do. And I don't want to mess with this. This is automated. Let us do all the automation work for you. Wayne, do you have any comments that you've seen?
Yeah, I think that the thing to get across as well is the pages, the millions of pages that we've built that do the tier 2 backlinking back to your booster link. We spent a lot of time on those, making sure that they're SEO optimized, they've got schema built in, helpful content, etc. But they're all readable content that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And they all score 100 in Ahrefs on the site analysis score. I mean, we can't get any better than that, really. But we spent a long time making sure that all the pages that get automated are really, really good, which is, I'd like to say, a feather in our cap based on some of the stuff we've seen that builds pages to create you backlinks that basically don't really look very good, and the links go away after time. So we're pretty confident that our pages will stay once they're ranked. And if your link is on a page that ranks in Google, it's going to start to go up in authority. And we also tier the pages so that they're all the thousands of pages are linked. So as they go up, they're going to push the juice through, and the ranking factor will go up. There was one question as well about can they put it to money citing? I actually do that because of the quality and the because they've got the featured image, and I know that the backlinks that we build are good. I actually put the money site in, but you know, you don't have to do that. You can do the same as what Bradley does, but we do that.
Yeah, and I don't feel like these links are any like potentially harmful for the money site guys. If anybody's been following anything that I do at Semantic Links or Semantic Mastery as far as link building, the only thing that I ever link directly to my money site are links that are 100% topically relevant and already have some authority. And when I say authority, I'm talking about Majestic's topical trust flow in the appropriate topical category. So what I like about the Booster Pages sites is they're kind of niche relevant, or they're categorized so that all the posts are supposed to be relevant within a particular category and then subcategory. So that adds kind of relevance, even if there's not traditional authority metrics built up on those domains yet. But that's the key term, is yet, because they will accrue authority over time. This is a new system, new network that he's been working on all year. And like I said, since October, I've started to see a significant increase in the amount of links that Majestic is showing from Booster Pages networks. And so that just goes to show you that the strength is increasing. So I expect over time that they will start to develop kind of their own trust flow metrics as well, that should be in the appropriate topical categories, because the way that he's got all this stuff kind of grouped together, if that makes sense. So I don't link directly to my money site. I don't think that these links are going to be harmful in any way for that. It's just not my process. I use these specifically for tier 2 links, and then they do tier 2 and tier 3 links too. So it ends up giving like multiple tiers of links out. There was another question I saw that came in from Vito. It says about Google sites and Web 2.0 sites. Well, any Web 2.0 site that has an RSS feed, that's the way I would submit it. A Google site does not have an RSS feed anymore.
Oh.
So you could extract the page URLs that you have published and then just submit them manually. There are some, by the way, you can use RSS.app for some sites that don't have a native RSS feed. As long as it's got like a blog, you can burn a feed off of that. As long as it has an image, that's important. You make sure that it imports a featured image or it won't work. But yeah, I mean, again, like I don't do any kind of the manual URL submissions. I just do everything via RSS feed because it's so simple to set up.
Yep. And I brought this up to imagine the red cloud here is either your money page or your tier 1 locals. We only send back to the money page the featured link, and then we send 3 additional links from our PBN. So you're only going to get 4 links total back to your money post. And I'd say not money page, but your blog post, your content post. And that's for every content that you add in there. Now this PBN, like Brad said, he started noticing things in October, and Wade and I were like smiling. We know why. Is Google came out with a helpful content algorithm, and it is a penalty-based system. And it's if they go through your site and Google has determined that you don't have helpful content in your informative blog post, they can site-wide de-index you, or they can move you down in the rankings. And it's not by post, it is by site. So with that knowledge, we got at the time in September, we had over 700,000 posts. We took every single one of them down because we wanted to build helpful content, and we're building it with Article Forge and some AI writing tools, but we're inserting that at the bottom of every one of our blog posts in our PBN network. They include questions, the most frequently asked questions, statistics, external links to wikis, and how-tos. All those are schema tagged. So we're going back in and we've rebuilt these 700,000 pages, and we're probably up to 1 million by this time, but they have schema tagging. So in addition to just organically ranking the post, we're organically trying to rank frequently asked questions, statistics, links, how-tos. Not a lot of people write specifically how-to articles and then schema based. So we're going after the schema linking as well as the Google SERPs, the traditional organic SERPs. All this, it just leads to, we have anchor text pointing back to these booster pages. So we didn't bring all that on. We started in October with the helpful content, and we blasted out, I think, 500,000 pages over about a week's period. That's where Bradley started seeing some bumps in there. Is we've got things in our PBN that probably nobody else does on an auto blogging system, and that's why we know this thing's going to keep on growing. And sooner you get in, the sooner you get a blog post backlinking to you. And these are static links in our PBN, which is different than a page that's created on the fly every time. Yeah. These are static pages. They're HTML. They're almost glued down. So that static link will always be there on that particular page. The static link either to your featured post, your featured link, or even back to your own site. So it's really, we've spent a lot of time studying what everybody else is doing and trying to do, what can we do better? And our whole goal between Wayne and I is our blog post should have helpful content that people want to read. If they don't, we don't publish it. So that's kind of where our philosophy is on autoblogging is it's got to be informative, helpful, something that they would share with their friends. And it can't look like, some of ours do look like RSS feeds, but most of our stuff now is all AI generated too.
Yeah. There's a question that came in and said, would you use this on a cloud page to power that up? Yeah, sure, you can. Just submit the URL that way instead of an RSS feed. Absolutely, you could. And that would work well because I use cloud pages as a tier one links. So that's something that could absolutely be done. You know, as Damon said, you know, I've seen the kind of effectiveness of what they did in October. And that's when I reached out and was like, hey man, yeah, I'm ready to bring this to our audience, because when I started seeing, I was just waiting to start seeing the link show up in Majestic because Majestic has its own internal algorithm that filters out low quality links. And as soon as I started seeing regularly these booster pages links being picked up, I was like, man, this is getting better. And after knowing what Damon was planning on, him and Wayne are planning on and continuing to develop this, I knew it was just a no-brainer. And again, for a one-time fee, guys, you can't beat it. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion, it's you pay the fee and you get lifetime access to automate your tier 2 and tier 3 backlink building. So again, I'm not saying you can't use it on a money site. I just don't, because that's not my method, but I do really like what it's doing for tier 2 and tier 3. That's again, guys, I wouldn't be endorsing this today unless I actually used it myself. So. I saw another one from Mike. So are the categories similar or tied to the categories Google has for businesses?
I
think he's probably talking about like business categories for Google business profiles.
Yeah, it's the best way I could say is we have an ad display network and we're matching up to what the international ads category sections are. So it could have some crossover, but Wayne, do we have a shareable link we can have with the niches and categories that we could probably post here?
Well, I can tell you, for example, you know, my agency is tree service clients. And so I submit a lot for tree service stuff, and that's actually in the remodeling category, and it's under tree trimming. So no, it doesn't have a tree service category to answer Mike's question, but it has topical categories so that the posts that are all in these pin type sites, these booster pages, pin type sites are related, topically related, right?
Yep.
So that's what matters. It's maybe not semantic relevance, Mike. I mean, there could be, but there is definitely, you know, they're supposed to be grouped together. If people are submitting properly, they're supposed to be submitted together to where they're at least in close proximity on the same site to other posts of the same type of topical categories, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So,
and by that's a great question too, is we've had some people go, oh, well, you don't have bouncy houses in the shape of dogs.
yeah.
Okay, well, no, we don't. But bounce houses, maybe it's a good idea. Maybe, you know, maybe other people might want to. So what we did, we have a roadmap, and it's called My Feature Request. In fact, this is for all of our sites. So you can go to booster pages and you can make a recommendation. And if we get enough votes for it, we're going to add it. So, you know, we added bouncy houses on there. And in fact, somebody put add advertising. I know we have an advertising section. They may just not have found it in the right niche. Business to business, add category in sports, snow skiing. Okay.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Look at that. And guys, if you don't know about pickleball, this is like the fastest growing sport at least in the United States.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought that was a joke.
Yeah, everyone was talking about it when we went to America recently.
And you know, used to people thought, oh, that's what the old people They're converting tennis courts into pickleball courts.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're going to add a category inside of sports called pickleball. I know we don't have enough votes on here, but you can certainly add your votes you have to log in. But you can kind of see, we added this career category, PBN mastery, estate planning attorney. I don't know how we missed it, but now we have an estate planning attorney in there. Metaverse and crypto. So you can kind of see if we don't have it, we're certainly going to consider putting it in, except for the bouncy house in the shape of a dog. We did a category called bouncy house. Wayne, do you have that link?
Yeah, just about to.
Okay. In fact, I think we even have it on a Google sheet.
I've just created a simple version of it. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, cool. So if you don't see your category in there, and I want you to think about what I'm about to say is you can add it. Certainly you can add it. But is there one close? Because really what you're trying to do is you're trying to be on this endless scroller of closely related topics. Okay, so this is all about Hollywood videos. So if you have a category and you specifically need, I need Superman video category, I would suggest to you, let's just do Hollywood videos and maybe just put it under movies as the category. Because really where you want to be is you want to be on this endless scroller of everybody's featured image, because this is going to get shared so much more than if you only had 4 image blocks. And so if you're the only one posting and you have an RSS feed and you only post one a day, you won't get this endless scrolling effect because you'll be the only one posting there, and people will, they'll look at it and go, okay, these are all the same posts. And what you really want is a diversity in your visual images. And you can see we got some duplicates in there, but you want this diversity, and there may be 20 people posting into this one category. Movie trailers, let's go over to movies. And again, you'll keep seeing some of these movie trailers, and you just can't get to the bottom. So that's what we always recommend, is find a close category. And if, guys, we missed pickleball. I don't know how we missed it, but it's going to get put in there. Maybe even ATV four-wheelers.
There you go.
We don't have that in there yet, but we possibly could put that in there. And, if you see a category in the My Feature request, vote on it. The more votes we have, the more likely we're going to jump on it and put it in this next month. Okay. So I hope we answered all your questions. We built this to be not only a set it and forget it, but something that is a long-term investment to
Yes.
get you to the point that, hey, I got 3,000, people going to this site, and you go, where did it come from? Well, you built, we've got tier 1s, tier 2s, and tier 3s coming into that particular post. And it, over time, you're going to build up a lot of networked links, and you don't have to really do anything. You just have to know the URL, the niche, and the category.
Can you show, Greg Adams is asking if you can show one of your pin sites for remodeling?
Yeah.
I've got over 260 of my own blog sites all pushed through booster pages, guys. So I got a lot of posts on these sites already. So
we got different categories. We got them up here, and then we also put them in here. So this is the complete list. So kitchens, bathrooms, patios.
yeah, go down to tree trimming.
Tree trimming.
I don't know why it's not in there, because it's not in the the list for some reason, but
Well, sometimes we have so many that we have
too
to
many
remember.
categories. Yeah.
Yeah, too many. We can't put them all on the
Yeah. And I
page.
think it was the last one in the category option. So, but
Okay.
there you go. A lot of those are coming from my stuff.
Would this be Gerard's tree service? Is that
Not
one
supposed to
of
have Google Business Posts anymore, though, are we?
But it works.
And that's
Um,
the only reason why is because I think now the Google Business Posts, they don't have a title. It just shows a date.
Yeah.
But a lot of those, a lot of that tree service stuff I've got quite a few in there for sure. So
There you go. Is this complete tree service?
that's not mine.
Okay.
And even if it was, I wouldn't admit to it because I get negative SEO'd when I show
Oh, that's right.
stuff.
So in fact, there's a lot of duplicate. So guys, too, if you're doing press releases or you're doing, vary your featured image. Don't
Yeah,
use
you
the
should.
same featured image all the time on your press releases. So anyway, you can see it's all kind of centered around tree trimming. Now, I have no idea. I guess this is a diseased tree. But it was an interesting enough image that makes you want to click into it. And of course you got kitchens and bathrooms, and I know we have a lot on patios and kitchen remodeling. Okay. Any other questions we can answer?
No, I don't see any.
Okay.
No. Tammy, do you want to show the offers? Actually,
Yes.
what it is?
Yeah. We'll have to go down and grab the link real quick. Let's see here.
By the way, guys, just so you know, I'm going to do a 2 to 3 weeks. It'll be before Christmas, sometime before Christmas. I'm going to schedule for all buyers a bonus training where I don't know if I'm going to do a webinar or just send out training for that yet. I haven't decided, but before Christmas, I'll either have a webinar or I'll be sending out bonus training on how to set up niche relevant PBN sites, blog network sites for link building purposes, which is precisely what I use booster pages for, is to power up those types of sites.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of ways to build your own self-hosted blog network sites that are niche relevant. Because guys, it's 100% about topical relevance now. Don't be building blog network sites with 18 categories on them. Don't do that. I'm going to show you guys how to build niche relevant blog network sites that are either self-hosted or even Web 2.0 type sites, which again is perfect for booster pages because you just grab the RSS feed from either the self-hosted site or the Web 2.0 PBN type site, plug it into booster pages in the appropriate category, and you're good to go. Now, every time you publish to your blog sites for link building purposes, it's going to automatically get tier 2 and tier 3 backlinks from booster pages. It doesn't get any easier than that, guys. So I'm going to give you guys bonus training on specifically how I set up my own kind of niche relevant blog sites for link building purposes.
And we've got this going on. You hit it at the right time, guys. You get 20% off through Cyber Monday. So we're going to share that with you. Here's our page option.
So 20% off even the lifetimes.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's even better, man.
So that takes it down to about $397, $797. And these are these limits here is 100 active projects. Now, an active project is these are projects. So I have 11. Now I use RSS Master. So if you have 100 active projects, that's what that means right there. In the Pro plan, we do 1,000 URLs boosted per month. I've had guys say, well, I need 4,000 or 5,000. Well, go up to the agency plan. This is almost
That's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get unlimited active projects, unlimited active RSS feeds. So basically, you never really even have to think about it. The 3,000 URLs boosted per month, if you send us 5,000, 3,000 will be boosted this month, 2,000 will carry over next month, and we just keep on boosting them. So there's going to be probably a few months that you don't do 3,000 links. 500 API calls per day, that is a lot of API calls. unlimited RSS Masher. So if you have RSS Masher, and you want to add this, you could just get by really with the standard plan. I mean, we're not here to sell RSS Masher, but we built this to work with RSS Masher and VidPenguin. And it's a pretty neat deal. If you don't like this plan, and let's say I want to go just annual, you can still save 20% and just switch it over to annual and then choose that. But long term, this is probably the best deal. I would say either pro plan or agency, depend on usage. And 20% off. This is a pretty decent plan for one-time pay. Of course, there's all types.
Yeah, that's a great deal because again, it's the way I look at it, guys, is the lifetime deal. You get it, you pay for it once, it's going to continue to get stronger, more effective. And it's 100% automated, that's why I like it. I don't like running link building tools, never have. I don't enjoy that kind of work. So anytime I can find some way to get backlinks that are relevant, grouped by categories, topical categories, which is what Booster Pages did, and I can do it in an automated way via RSS feed, that's ideal. So again, I told you this, Damon, and you and Wayne, about a month ago when we talked. I told you guys I really like what you guys are doing with this. I think it's super smart, and I think going forward it's going to just continue to get better and better. So
that's kind of what we're hoping. Now, I do have to put this in here because, in fact, can I send any URL to Booster Page? We have a fair use policy, and guys, if you're planning on spamming us, please read this. Our number one goal is to provide unique content that people search for. But there are shenanigan guys out there that are going to try to send porn. They're going to, use this as an indexing service. It's not an indexing service. It is visual page links. You will get the clicks in our Booster Page if you have a good featured image and a good title. But we don't want any porn, hate speech, gun running, nuclear bomb making, nothing like that in there. If it's good for Facebook and good for YouTube, you can pretty much get it in here. If we find somebody that all they're doing is just spammy, or they have a bunch of broken links. So we've got some guys that are doing rotational URLs, and it inevitably that leads to broken links. Well, we don't want our site to be leading off to broken links. We want we want it good for our customer. The person clicking on the links, we want it to go to the link that they're expecting on that. So we do have a little policy in there that, we may have to put you in timeout for 7 days if you're violating our fair use policy. And if you continue, we'll cancel the account. We do this for the quality of our system.
Yeah, it protects everybody else, including your own project. Like whoever's submitting spammy links, they're just hurting themselves eventually, so it doesn't make any sense. I don't know if anybody's been following me at all this year. I don't agree with any kind of spammy, crappy, low quality links. Just don't use them. I stopped using them almost a year ago now, and I don't do any kind of bulk link building, no spam links at all. Everything I do is 100% based on relevance. That's why I use Booster Pages. It's relevant, automated, relevant backlinks at tier 2 and tier 3. That's the way I use it. And it's just a great service in my opinion, guys. So with that said, guys, I think we're good. Yep. Is there anything else you guys want to cover?
No, I think we're good. Everybody has this link, I hope.
Yep, I'll post it again one more time. But yeah, guys, like I said, between now and Christmas, well, sometime before Christmas, so within the next week or so, we'll reach out to everybody that's purchased and send you guys an invitation either to a webinar, or I'll just send you a separate training depending on how I end up doing it. It'll probably be a webinar because I think I'm going to want to be able to answer questions And you guys know I never shy away from a webinar. So I'll see if I can't get something scheduled between now and Christmas where I'm going to go through the process of showing you guys how I set up self-hosted PBN sites and then also how to do it with Web 2.0s as well. But the point here is to make them topically relevant. So they're keyword or topic clustered sites. That's what matters the most. And then using this as automated tier 2 and tier 3 links just makes that more effective. So, okay, guys.
Thank you, Bradley, for having us on the call. And guys,
Yeah, cheers, thanks.
Have a happy Thanksgiving and use that Black Friday coupon.
Yeah, that's right. What was that coupon again? Or it's right on the sales page, right?
Yeah, it's on the sales.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on the sales page.
Yep.
Very good. All right, guys, if you have any follow-up questions, Hump Day Hangouts is in 2 days. You can certainly ask us questions on Wednesday at our Hump Day Hangouts about booster pages if you'd like. I'm happy to answer some more questions there. And let us know if you have any additional questions outside of that as well. And thanks, guys. I appreciate you, Damon and Wayne. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much.
We'll
Bye-bye.
talk to you guys soon.
Cheers, Bradley. Bye.